Initially, the center was made for Sudanese community members. Then we expanded it to Sudanese and Middle Eastern.
The different nationalities that I actually teach in my class are Sudanese, Ethiopian, Egyptian.
From the Middle East, from Central and South America.
To Asia, to the Middle East.
Southeast Asia, Central Americans.
All coming with one single focus of wanting to learn, to read, and to write the English language.
Taiwan.
There are more immigrants than I realized there were in Nashville.
Lots of different people come through our doors. It's really cool to see.
One Hispanic.
When we began, we thought we were only serve the Sudanese, and that was the starting point.
I think at last count we were serving 30 different nationalities.
But it did change in which that the needs that Sudanese refugees face were not only Sudanese that facing the same, were the refugees and immigrant community people were also were eager to access those services within the community.
Nashville has become a hub for refugee and immigrants to relocate and resettle.
Davidson County, Tennessee is 16th in the nation in the number of refugees and asylees by population in the county. And we're going up and up and up and up.
These people that we serve are still going through so much, but the center is there for them to see how we can afford to confront some of the challenges that they're going through.
Survival's relative depending on your perception of things. Survival in Sudan and Darfur in particular means something completely different than surviving in America.
How we communicate, of course, the language, other elements of culture, how we live, how we work, how we dress, what we eat.
Where to live, where to get a job, you don't have any connections, and you don't really know how to access the resources available to you.
Coming to the U.S., it's a new place and trying to learn and think about if you had to go to another country and didn't have anybody to help you, what would you do if you couldn't speak the language and you couldn't drive, you didn't have a driver's license, you can't work. How would you feel in a different country?
So multiply that by 10, and that's kind of what these people are facing.
America is country opportunity, it's a country have a security, and if you have your goal and you mean to do it, you can do it. You can succeed in this country.
The social problems and issues that we have to deal with as a community and a nation as a result of refugees and immigrants pale in comparison to the global problems that result from genocide and all these horrible, horrific things that humans can do to one another.
Strong wind, destroy our homes. Many dead tonight it could be. Strong wind, many dead tonight it could be. Homeless, moonlight sleeping on a midnight lake. Homeless, moonlight sleeping on a midnight lake. Homeless, moonlight sleeping on a midnight lake.
Someone would say, who had done this to? And I can tell you that when we did not have anywhere to go, we came here. When we did not have food, you give us food. When we did not have a place to have a shelter, we got shelter.
The Sudanese Center creates opportunities for immigrants, refugees by just giving them the fundamental things they need to succeed and to make a life for themselves.
Our goal for the center is to create an environment where these people can better themselves and better the community.
The center steps in and fills that gap and really provides the immigrants and refugees with information about how to attain those resources.
If you have a need, we'll endeavor to meet it, whatever that need is. If it's language classes or legal assistance or citizenship, GED, job placement.
These are things that we take for granted, but it's very important for someone who is trying to integrate into the U.S., the American society.
And I see the tangible effects of what we do here. When people come in with a giant smile on their face and they're just genuinely happy to be here because we can help them, that makes my day and my problems much easier to deal with.
There's nothing so impossible for me to do here. I might not know it practically, but to be honest with you, with the help of all that I have here, and with as much as I know that life has been so much, I would just find a way to do it, and I would just feel like if I cannot do it, who else could do it? And if we cannot do it, it will not be done.
It is my goal to empower all refugees.
All refugees.
It is my goal.
It is my goal.
My goal.
My goal.
My goal
To empower all refugees.
All refugees.
All refugees.
All refugees.